praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakat Kadash. Those are the names of who the world ignorantly calls God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Hebrew. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught us this Yahweh truth and continue to flawlessly lead the Most High's ground troops in the army of Yasharallah. All right, which also is likened to a priesthood. And shalom and blessings to the hopeful elect Akim. I wanted to get this word, Fidelitous, which is one of the inflections, or it's in the word family, a derivative of the word fidelity, okay, which basically goes into faithfulness, okay, the state of being faithful. And this word Fidelitous is an adjective being one that possesses fidelity, okay, and specifically at a high level, which this trait not being present in anybody more prevalent than the elect, all right, as it's likened into a husband and a wife, the Most High and His Son being the husband, and the elect being the wife, okay, which when you go into this word fidelity and infidelity, it's widely reserved, and this term is widely reserved for the faith of the faithfulness of a wife to their husband, the devotion that they have, right, and specifically what? Committing adultery, okay? And we're going to get all this in the scriptures and show you how not only was this faith was bestowed upon the elect from the foundation of the earth, okay, but to show you that the elect is likened into a virgin, okay. That's the breakdown for the virginity status, if you will, of the elect, all right? Not being fucking inserted by the seed of other philosophies, okay? Because this truth is also likened unto being inseminated, right? Meaning a seed being inserted into you, all right? And our bellies, when you go into that word, the matrix, it literally goes into, when you go into belly in the blue letter, okay, which is basically like our vessels receiving this truth, the seed being the word, the truth, which we find in the scriptures that this word is likened into as well, but it's likened into the seed of the Most High, man, okay. And it, of course, is words is in your mind, okay? So, this word, Fidelitous, meaning having high fidelity, okay? So not just the state of being faithful or having fidelity, but at a high level, okay? It's likened into full devotion and loyalty, okay? It also goes into loyalty, of course. All right, let's see. Superlative. Right. Let's get this real quick. The fidelity, the quality or state of being faithful, okay? It says, fidelity traced back to Latin fidelis, meaning faithful, loyal, trustworthy, okay? So to be worthy, to be trusted. All right. And when you look at this truth as well, it's likened into being, we were entrusted with this. Okay. It's devotion likened unto stresses, zeal, and service amounting to self-dedication. Okay. Or really going into devotion as dedication to your Lord. Because really a husband and wife relationship is likened to, it's a servant master arrangement, all right, which this world is fucking lost on. All right, you have this me and this broad are equal, all right, or not even now. She's got fucking leadership above you, all right. But no, it's that of a lord and servant, okay, a master, which Yahweh Shem Shai is, okay. And then of course piety, which when you really go down, really the etymology of piety goes into filial duty, all right, which is basically the duty and reverence that's due from a child unto their parent, all right, which is, the elect have a high level of, the highest level, okay. Filial duty. So filial means of or due from a son or daughter, okay, unto the parent, of course. And we'll just get this to show, because it goes into, if the piety goes into filial duty, which goes into the that which is due unto a parent from the children, from a son or daughter, then how much more does that apply to the Heavenly Father, who is the Father of spirits, man? Okay, who is the ultimate parent? Okay, and that's what it's going to go into. You're going to see piety, meaning goes back to be dutiful. All right. Filial affection, dutiful conduct or behavior toward one's parents. Okay. And look at this. Relatives, country, etc., meaning piousness, faith in and reverence for the supreme being. Who's more your parent or your father than the Most High, than the supreme being, man? That's real piety. And where is that found? The duty. See, the men of Yahweh Shem Shai have a high sense of duty, a call of duty. All right. This is in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right, nobody has a higher sense of this duty than the elect. All right, because really, who is more involved in the government that Yahweh Shem Shai is about to establish on an eternal basis than the elect to begin with, all right? Because these men, if you know anything about the scriptures, the elect were them that dwelled with the Most High before the foundation was formed. Talks about the powers, okay? It was the Most High, the only begotten Son, and then the powers that were created, the Alahayim that were dwelling, now operating with the Yahushai before the worlds were created. That's who the elect is anyway, all right? So that's why their duty is so high, because it's likening to them fulfilling a plan that they were originally a part of. Okay, them finishing the mission for for pretty much the establishment of their eternal empire. All right. So what's gonna throw those men off the path? And it's already predestined that none of them would fucking falter. All right. We're gonna show you that how these men, they were sealed from the foundation. Okay, not to fall, and to have this high level of duty and of faith, which is the same thing. Faith, it's likened into a husband, unto a wife to the husband, and likened into the duty of a soldier to his country, right? To the protection of his country, right? Likened into a military in that aspect, going into the call of duty, okay? This is in 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Mashiach. All right? So, we've been espoused. The elect have been espoused is another word for to be betrothed. Brothers mispronounce it as betrothed. Okay? But it's basically when you're set up to be married to a husband. A betrothal is basically two people being set up to be married before they get married. And see that you can that spans from, it could be a year before they get married all the way back to before they're even fucking born. Okay? Even generations. Like, hey, you're my fucking daughter's daughter, my son's son is gonna marry your fucking great granddaughter. Oh yeah, they had shit like that even going before birth. Okay? So that betrothal, this betrothal is ancient, man. It goes before the earth was created. This espousal, this betrothal, all right, to one husband, to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that I present to you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. Okay, and that word chaste basically going into to be dedicated, to not be defiled, to not have been fucking tainted. All right, not to be taken. All right, abstaining from extramarital or from all sexual intercourse. Okay, so staying, remaining loyal to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and to this truth, and to His word, which is likened to His seed, and taking on the seed, going into other philosophies and other idols, other idolatry, other gods and shit, which is a fine line. Like, there's no fucking gray areas of shit to go into other gods and shit like that. It could be goddamn NBA, right? Or other carnal folly shit. But not to be fucking inserted by those philosophies and taken, okay? It's likened into you being fucking nutted in by the seed of other philosophies, of other wicked shit, okay? But these men were going to stay chaste. And see, and going back on that fine line, we see other men claiming to be men of the Lord now have come out of the deception of this world, of the discontinuance of our heritage, right? Not knowing who we were, to apparently come back to their identity and come to embody the prophets, right? That they're continuing the mantle of the middle Lord of the Scriptures, but they're going off on doctrine. Okay, that's likened unto you, fucking whoring off. All right, it's likened unto you, being pretty much being taken by committing adultery. Okay, it's likened unto you committing adultery. All right, and those men have fallen into that. Okay, even camps that claim to be, under the Most High, that claim to be genuine. Okay, so a chaste virgin. Let's get that word. Virgin. First chaste. It says pure from carnality. All right. Exciting reverence. Venerable, sacred. All right. Immaculate, clean, innocent. All right. Clean and pure. Okay. Because all that, the other doctrines and everything that is associated with this world, which the scriptures tell us wickedness has exceedingly polluted. It's filthy. It's likened unto filthiness. All right. Mire. Right? It talks about a spot. The spot of this world, which is really fucking soiled. All right. Let's get this back. Let's get this back in here. Virgin. And this is the same concept in Revelation of the virgins. Okay? Parthenos. Or Parthenos, right? Going down here. Wow. In the second, under, let's see, section 2, right? Section 2, it says, in that outline of biblical usage, a man who has abstained from all uncleanness and whoredom, attendant on idolatry, and so has kept his chastity. There's no other. That's a fire way to break that down. Of the virgin, all right, not being fucking, because really, virgin really is only reserved for a woman who hasn't been popped in the physical sense, in the carnal sense, right? Because man doesn't really take on the spirit of a woman like that, and is not being inserted, right? He's not being fucking inserted. He's not being fucking impaled. It's another term for it, right? He's not the one being impaled. Okay, so it's not really that kind of deal for a man, right? But it is when dealing spiritually, when and as it pertains to other wicked fucking philosophies, which falls under the category of idolatry. It's all fucking idolatry. Okay, to remain chaste and pure, and abstaining from anything extramarital, anything out of this union, because all marriages is a joining of, right? This union of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah Kadash, and of course the Holy Spirit. Okay, which is what? It's just this truth. All right, it's just this truth, which is likened unto the Spirit of the Most High that we've taken on. Because when you take on the seed, you take on the spirit, right? So we're not defiled and tainted by that fucking okay, by that filth. And it's likened into I'll never forget your Kalba brought this out about it's likened into the elect screaming out like when when a woman is being raped and she's married, she screams out to the top of her lungs, bloody murder, right? Because in a lot of instances, getting raped is worse than getting put to death. Especially more so even with this, because this is likened unto worse than death. A spiritual death is worse than a physical death. Okay, just fear of them that not can kill the body, but the spirit and body in hell. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. So, the elect. That whole concept is like the elect crying out to Yahweh Shem Shai, sighing and crying for the abominations that be done in the midst of, right? Amongst many other precepts that show that the elect is where that what was that unrighteous king that gave that granted the woman, that stayed on his line. Man, this I get Slovakia, a little bit more lengthy, but Lord will, if it permits, I'll hit another a follow up with that. Basically, staying on the Most High's line. Okay, what is it? The souls of the just complain continually, crying out for this wickedness, man, and for this man. See, he's trying to fucking liken it to him trying to fucking rape us. Okay, and the Most High, is he not gonna come and avenge his elect speedily? You see. So read that again. A man who's abstained from all uncleanness and whoredom, attendant on idolatry, and so has kept his chastity. Okay, that's the elect. Is gonna be fucking unwavering, unmovable, and staunch in this thing to death, as it says. They either love their lives not unto death. 2 Corinthians 6:5 tells us, and ere the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. This is pretty much telling you before the beginning of fucking time, all right? Before the beginning of fucking time, them that were sealed, meaning that were predestined, okay, to receive salvation. Those men were dwelling with the Al-Bashir al-Shai before the worlds were created. It says they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure. So even before they, of course, were put on the earth, all right? Before those spirits, the 144,000, the Allahayim, the powers, before their spirits occupied flesh for the first time, right? Because they would have continually occupied flesh in the same lot up until this point, okay? Minus a few, of course, the ones that are going to be dead and rise first, okay? But for the majority, the most of the 144,000 are going to be here in this last time, as it talks about the great deliverance, all right? So, basically that elect is that treasure, that Slakia, that faith was going to be present with those men from the foundation of the earth. It just said they, because I'll prove that real quick. Going down a little bit more in the context. It says, did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Okay. So before, pretty much, the worlds were established, and fucking Earth was inhabited, man. Before Earth was inhabited, the elect, which is them that are sealed, they gathered faith for a treasure. That faith was present with them. That faithfulness. So it was already established that they were going to remain chaste to the Most High. Okay? This is in Sirach 1:14. This further proves it. It says, the fear of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. Okay? Faithful is another proof of the faith, the fidelity of the elect. The Fidelitous remnant. Okay? Right? Proof of that is to show you that it was created with them in the womb. And then we're going to go into it. Before we were even put in the womb, the Most High knew us. Okay? And instilled that faith in us. All right? Created it in our makeup. Okay? Ingrained it in our fucking, like it said, were we not very fearfully and wonderfully made? He said, with great labor has he made it perfect. All right? This was ingrained in our makeup. All right? So it says it was created, the fear of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's the beginning of wisdom, right? And it was created with the faithful. Who are the faithful? Okay? That's the elect. See? It's Jeremiah 1:5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So before you was in the womb, before the elect was in the womb, which really you can go back on that. Because before you're in the womb, each time you go to the Father of Spirits, right? That's where you're at before you're in the womb. And then, of course, after you die for a time. Hopefully 3 to 4 generations. But you're, when you go back to that, even before the first time that you entered the womb for the first time, which you could say was your first carnation, okay? Because the elect, if you think about it, them dwelling with Yahweh and Yahweh Shai in the beginning before earth was inhabited, there had to have been the first time those spirits had entered into flesh, okay? And you could apply this to that, okay? It said, before I formed thee in the belly, even for the first time, okay? And that's what it ultimately really goes back to, all right? Because it's likened unto the elect, the Al-Haim, them having a mutual understanding with the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that they were going to have to go through this, through everything that Jake has experienced in our history, man, all the way up into this point, which was fucking which is a fucking doozy. All right. It's before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee okay, and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations, showing you that those prophets are the same men, like I said, the faithful, is them that were sealed, right? They gather faith for a treasure, and faithfulness, fidelity, chastity, piety. All these things go back to be sanctified. Okay, the sanctity of marriage it talks about, right? To be sanctified, it's all the same essence. Okay, sanctity, to be holy, to be set apart, right? That means fucking to be not even tampered, right? Not even fucking in the vicinity of, let alone have any contact with, okay? With fucking wickedness, man, with idolatry, with wicked philosophies, man. All right? Doctrines of devils, all that shit. It talks about it in a vast array that falls under the same umbrella, man. Okay? The elect was going to be completely sanctified and set apart from that. Like you said, the Most High has. He almost has them, not almost, he has a literal force field on him with that. Okay? None of them, it would be impossible for any of them to fail or to be fucking inserted, okay? To be taken. And in return for being fidelitous, remaining with that high fidelity to the Most High, he's going to reward his elect with innumerable riches, okay? What it says, rulership over the universe, joint rulership with the Yahushai for an eternity, okay? It's going to lead to immortality. Well, it says, it even tells us in Romans that them who he predestinated, that he's going to glorify, okay? They're going to be justified, they're going to be glorified, man, okay? And then it tells us that our minds can't even fathom, all right, what he's going to bestow upon these men for that faithfulness unto him, all right? So with that, all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Kadash.